nods towards the door, and opens it. Says, open it. The two MPs flank the door. One pulls on the latching lever. The bolt slides. The door swings open, revealing blackness. Lewis chirps up, muttering, "He thinks he's the fucking Prince of Darkness." One MP tries the switch beside the cell, flickering it several times. Nothing. He glances apparently at the other MP, and they step into the dark cell. Interior cell, tight on hand, dimly outlined as it twists a light bulb a half turn in its socket. In the sudden light, the MP's face, an opposing figure. John Rambo, wearing only a pair of filthy jeans, stands ready before them. The single light bulb on the low ceiling sends glistening highlights over his taunt body, a nasty piece of machinery. Long matted hair coils onto his shoulders. An unkempt beard heightens the cheekbones beneath eyes, which are deep, reptilian, and intense. His position, though not overly threatening, suggests a willingness to strike without warning, which give the MPs pause. Troutman steps forward between the MPs. Troutman says, "At ease, Rambo." Medium on Rambo, rising from his slight crouch to stand, composed balance, parade rest. Troutman continuing to MP, "Please wait outside." He closes the door until it latches. Troutman says, "Hello, John." Rambo replies, "Colonel." Troutman continues, "Mind if I sit down?" Rambo motions to the narrow bunk, dropping into oriental squat himself as the colonel sits. Troutman's manner with Rambo is familiar, somehow parental. A bit of an iconic grin twitches briefly. Troutman continuing, "I hear you're not enjoying it here." Rambo replies, "I could take it or leave it." Troutman sighs and leans back. "Seems like I'm always pulling you out of some goddamn toilet. Or rather, doesn't it?" Rambo replies, "Am I out of here?" Troutman continues, "That depends on you." Pause. "Christ, look at you. I give you an easy duty until I can get you an assignment. All you have to do is eat ice cream and watch soap operas, and you have to make it Rambo's last stand." Rambo replies, "They were treating me like a head case." Troutman continues, "Hard to believe you shoot up one little town in Oregon with a .50 caliber machine gun, one little dog patch town, and everyone figures your rapper's broken. No sense of humor." Pause. "What did you expect? An engraved plaque from the Chamber of Commerce?" Rambo looks at his hands. When he finally speaks, his voice seems disembodied-like. Rambo replies, "In Nam, I flew a gunship, $1 million equipment. Back here, nobody trusts me to park cars. I keep thinking it's going to be okay, but I've been out 6 years and I'm not okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm coming right out of my skin." The colonel nods slowly. He notices a battered shoebox on the floor beside the bed. The cell is absolutely devoid of personal articles otherwise. Troutman, "Is this your stuff?" Rambo replies, "That's it, my life." Tied on shoebox. As Troutman flips through the number of worn snapshots of the men in Rambo's Special Forces unit, they are horsing around, in and out of uniform. A younger, clean-shaven Rambo is among them. He is grinning broadly in one shot. It seems uncharacteristic of the hardened man we see now. Troutman chirps up, "Hardcore outfit. The best I ever trained." Rambo replies coldly, "Those men are all dead." Troutman glancing up, "You're not." He finishes something from among the pathetic debris of Rambo's life. Troutman continuing, "Congressional Medal of Honor." Rambo bitterly, "Yeah, big time. Plus what else? 2 silver stars, 4 bronze stars, 2 soldiers medals, 4 Vietnamese crosses, of gallantry and a handful of Purple Hearts. Rambo replies, 5. I never wanted that stuff. Troutman, what did you want? Rambo haltingly replies, I just wanted, I don't know. After all, I just wanted one person to come up to me and say, you did good, John, and mean it. That's all. That's all I want. Troutman replies, you just picked the wrong war to be a hero in. The Colonel studies Rambo a moment, then stands abruptly. Troutman, continuing, let's take a walk. Cut to exterior, VA hospital day. Rambo and Troutman cross the manicured grounds, escorted by 2 grim MPs. A number of wheelchair-bound vets enjoy the sunshine, BG, and a desultory game of volleyball in the process. Still, the impression is of the detritus, I don't know what that word is, DTRITUS, of war left scattered on a huge lawn like broken toys. As the two approach, a conservatory-dressed man waiting on a bench under a plane tree stands. Troutman says, Jason Kirkhill, John Rambo, introduces the two. Kirkhill extends his hand in greeting, but Rambo coolly half turns to reveal his hands, locked in wrist cuffs, separated by steel bar so that they can hang comfortably by his side. Kirkhill grins affably and drops his hand. Kirkhill says, good to meet you, John. Good to meet you, Rambo. How are you? Rambo scans Kirkhill's face, noting the cold scrutiny all but concealed in the smile lines. Rambo coldly, you a spook? Kirkhill drops the smile. Kirkhill, that's right. CIA, Special Operations Division. Rambo turns to Troutman. Rambo says, I don't work with spooks, not after that op in Cambodia. Kirkhill replies, I'm authorized to get you out of here. I thought that's what you wanted. Rambo replies, considering. What's the job? Kirkhill returns. Classic Special Forces op. Hit fast. In and out, 2 men, 2 days. Rambo says, why me? Kirkhill replies, shrugs non-committally. We like you. Pause. At least the computer at Langley likes you. Pulled your file because of various factors. Service record, area for military. Rambo replies, where? Kirkhill says, not yet. Rambo says, I'm not jumping blind. Kirkhill returns. Eyes get hard. It's yes or no, in or out. Now if it's out, we will have not had this conversation. If you come in, you will not be working for us. No knowledge, no comment. Do you understand? Rambo seems about to turn away, and Troutman intervenes to Kirkhill. Tell him I'll take the responsibility. Kirkhill looks pained, like he has gas. Kirkhill replies, North Vietnam, what they call the Democratic Republic of Vietnam now. Tight on Rambo as he takes that in. His eyes seem to see all the way there already. Emotions go through him, exhilarating mixing with terror of the demon he can't turn away from. He nods slowly. Troutman says, we left some people behind there, John. POWs. Rambo replies, This just occurred to somebody now? Kirkhill retaliates. We don't leave our men, Rambo. Rambo and Troutman lock eyes. Something flows there. Rambo knows his soul. Rambo replies, you got it. I'm in. He whips one hand around from his side, tossing the manacle bar at a surprised Kirkhill's feet. The wrist cuffs are still closed. So he got out of the trap. He got out of the cuffs. Cut to interior Rambo's cell. Rambo stands alone in his cell, the door wide open behind him. He hefts the shoebox filled with his worldly possessions, the scraps of memory, dead friends, the symbols of valor and violent death. He upends the box, spilling everything into an open toilet, flushes it, and walks out. Cut 2. Exterior Fort Bragg, dusk. D-minus 84 hours, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Tight on booted feet. Clomping in rhythmic lockstep as a platoon of recruits march past in close order drill. The drill sergeant bellows cadence. Sergeant, OS. 3 for your left, right, left, other left, shithead. Square those pieces away. Square 'em away, girls, I said. Wider, as the platoon marches past. Exciting frame to reveal a sign mounted beside a security checkpoint in a formidable chain-like fence. Airborne Special Forces Group, Operations Center. Interior corridor. Kirkhill, accompanied by his ballistic-eyed aide, stride past Rambo's 2 MPs flanking the door into a small room. Interior briefing room. The room is austere cubicle with an army's typically drab furniture in early functional. The cold eye of a surveillance camera stares down at a single table with a seated figure. Rambo, looking like he may have been there for centuries. The aide hands Rambo a sealed folder and extends a clipboard and pen for him to sign off. Kirkhill says, "This is your mission packet." Aide, quietly overlapping, "Sign here, and here, and here, please." Kirkhill replies, "Memorize it here. It doesn't leave this room." Rambo unseals the folder, removing a sheath of photocopied documents as Kirkhill perches on the table next to him. Kirkhill, continuing. The 2,400 American servicemen missing in action in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia are officially listed presumed killed. Certainly most of them are. Rambo is leafing through the contents of his packet. He skips a stack of reports and fishes out several grainy 8x10 prints. Kirkhill, continuing. But reports keep filtering in. Sightings by refugees, nothing verified. Finally, we've got enough to proceed on. Rambo studies the prints. They seem to be high-altitude surveillance photos of a small compound of buildings surrounded by forest. Kirkhill continues. Memo E7 on the top will cover the details. An abandoned Vietnamese army base in north central highlands may have a compound used as an internment camp. As you can see, the intelligence is soft. These Landsat photos show huts, barracks. It could be anything. Rambo replies, sorry, in very flat. What's the plan? Kirkhill goes on to explain. This operation is in 2 phases, recon and rescue. You are phase 1. Your 2-man team will probe the site, confirm the presence of American POWs, if any, and make photographic and tactical observations, then proceed to the extraction point without engaging the enemy. Rambo replies, in haste, we don't try to pull out any of our guys if we find them? Kirkhill continues, negative, absolutely not. The phase 2 assault team will get them out. Rambo replies again, unpleased, not pleased. We just take pictures? Kirkhill replies, don't look so disappointed. If it should be hairy enough, even for you.